Hi Desley and David, hope all's well with you. Just wanted to catch up on a couple of things in relation to the innovation project. So I've just been reviewing the minutes and I noticed, Des, you made a few comments on about the board needing to have discussion. I'd just like to iterate that when the board began this entire process, they provided us with some fairly clear direction, which was around revision and renewal of the teaching and learning materials. Some of the questions you're asking, Des, as I'm perceiving them in the minutes, are around more strategy. And I think that that gets picked up through the strategic plan, which is obviously on the agenda for September. And once that's approved, I think will give some much more clarity, and it will be a point of reference for everyone to be using in making decisions. The Innovation Project Team Group is not a decision-making group, as you both know. Those decisions are either devolved to me as Executive Director, or if they're of a policy nature, which I believe that some of the issues you're raising, they are devolved to the board. I'm very concerned that we don't give a false impression to the training community through their members on this, Richard and Michelle, that the board have made either some decisions or are not open to policy, and I'm pretty confident that you would share that view. It's not this group's, the Innovation Project team's, responsibility to be concerned about those policy directions, and I'd really encourage you to not add to that, but rather, if those things do come up, or if you indeed yourselves hold those views, to bring them back to the board through your affiliates, or Desley, in your case, you can also talk to me about that, so that we can find a way to bring those issues into that realm, which may be through a short board paper or something like that. I'm very keen that we keep those lines of clarity well intact for what is indeed policy and what's project requirements, and then perhaps what are operations and things that don't need to be discussed in either of those domains. So just wanted to reiterate that so that you have heard it from me, so to speak. I also want to bring to everyone's attention the role that you as board members are playing in this, and that is to hold the line and hold the faithfulness of the board in its intention to deliver renewed products, teaching and learning materials for the existing program. Now that will mean some new additional material, and that's fantastic, but it is not a complete rewrite of every single thing on the page. Those things will now start to happen on an annual revision process. That's what my hope is, and indeed we will then be faithful to the desire to have a world-class product within about 5 years. But that will take time to completely renew the entire thing. We just have to get up to speed right now. That's the most critical thing. We don't lose time nor our reputation in the international domain as the custodians and indeed the leaders of training in public participations. The other couple of things that I wanted to raise that I noticed from the minutes was around the different audiences between new and emerging democracies and also existing and very mature democracies like we have in Australia or in the United States. I think that the core materials themselves, the planning module in particular, is consistent, and Desley, as you expressed so well in your report in Kazakhstan, that those things are universally translatable and remain fundamental to the brand, the identity, and indeed the integrity of IAP2. It's more at the margins around some of the techniques, for example, social media, the use of random sampling, those sorts of things, and communication styles where different mediums are used in different communities, particularly where there may be some legislative challenges around that. For example, in some places there has to be a particular way that the public are informed around a regulation or something like that. I see those as at the edges of this work and the customised elements, but the core remains true for wherever we are delivering that. And that is what will help build the membership, I believe, internationally as well for IAP2. So I just wanted to have a chance to just say that to you both directly, and I apologise it's not in conversational form, but I hope it's a starter for us for when we get a chance to talk more deeply about this in the next week or so. All the best. Bye.